Alrighty, once again, we have another qualifying match here for the Season 3 Championships. Well, not the Season 3 Championship, the Season 3 Champion Series, or something like that, whatever it's called. This is another round of 32 match, first game in a best-of-3 series. On the top, on blue side of the map, is Team Marncatz. They have Heartbeat playing as Graves, Mega Zero playing as Malphite, Atomic N playing as Lulu, Echo playing as Oriana, and Claky D playing as Jarvan. On the other side, on the red side of the map, we have Team Necessary Evil. They have Yoda TV playing as Lee Sin, Vibes playing as Zyra, and that's a support Zyra there, not mid. They have Bishu playing as Morgana, and that actually is their mid laner, their AP mid. They have Movement playing as Vayne, and Hawk playing as Irelia. Note, by the way, that both top laners, Malphite and Irelia, are both taking teleport. Neither one of them has brought Ignite or Exhaust or something like that that you often would see more common. So we will see those teleports in action at some point in this game. Elsewhere, I mentioned on the preloading screen, we also have quite a few cleanses. Cleanses on Graves and on Oriana. Cleanse also on Vayne in this particular matchup. Starting items, crystalline flasks abound. We see crystalline flasks on 3 members of Marncatz and 2 members of Necessary Evil. Doesn't look like there's going to be an invade based on what we're seeing right now. Both teams are in the spread formation. They're all watching the entrances. Actually, Marncatz is watching every entrance possible into their side of the map. They have 2 people at each jungle entrance. All 4 jungle entrances watched, and then Oriana watching mid. And the posturing from Necessary Evil is very similar, watching just about every entrance. We may see the 2-for-1 lane swap here. Vayne is on the top side of the map, and Irelia is on the bottom side. So it looks like we're going to see the lane swapping with Vayne and Zyra up in top lane in a 2v1 lane, and that may be why the top laners both wanted those teleports. They wanted the ability to back quickly in the 1v2 lane. So it looks like we're going to see that here based on what's coming out so far. So very standard starts on both sides. Jungle Jarvan starting at Wolves, and Lee Sin starting at his red. We'll see if Lee Sin tries to head top and get an early 3-for-1, 3-man gank in top. We'll see. Actually, no, it's a late invade coming out. Oh my, and Oriana is going to be in all kinds of trouble. The root does hit, flashes over the wall, but wow, that's really well played by Necessary Evil, and they might be going for a second kill here as well. Jarvan did get his blue buff. There is the jump to the standard. Oh, that Morgana binding went between Malphite and Jarvan, and wow, beautifully played by Necessary Evil, out to an early lead here with first blood. Really well done. The late invade catching Marncatz completely off guard there, so they're going to get the early kill. It's unfortunate for them they weren't able to get the blue buff steal as well to set the jungler behind, but Claky D, the jungle Jarvan, did get his blue, did hit level 2. They missed a second kill by inches on the Morgana binding that went between the 2 members of the other team. So now, here we go. We've got the 1v2 in top and the 1v2 in bottom lane as well. This is probably good for Necessary Evil just because their Vayne will be able to free farm in a 2v1 lane. I always feel like if you've got a Vayne on your team, it's better to be in this situation just because Vayne's problem is her laning. Everyone knows her late game is really good. Her problem is her laning is a bit weak. So you put her in a 2v1 lane and all of a sudden her laning is not that big of a deal and she can just farm. So I feel like that, I mean, it's going to help, believe me, it's going to help Graves just as much, but always nice when you're Vayne and you can just, get every minion kill and you're safe in the process. So a lot of it will come down to who can farm better at the tower. Irelia is pretty good at farming under tower with her Blade Surge. Malphite, not that bad either. Who can sustain better? Malphite's probably better at sustaining just naturally due to his passive. So who can farm better at these towers? Who can get the tower down faster? Usually in these situations you see the 2v1 lane trying to kill the tower quickly. That's usually a goal, is to kill that tower and then head to the other lane. So we'll see who can get those towers down faster. Look at all that harassment that Malphite's taking up in that top lane. So let's see, who seems to be doing better in this thus far? Malphite definitely seems to be coming out on top. Malphite's got 13 minion kills. Irelia has 2. Poor Hawk. Irelia is having a very rough go of this right now. Yeah, Mega Zero seems to be handling this just fine in the top lane. So in that regard, Marncatz definitely seems to be doing better. in terms of that. Here comes the teleport back in from Aurelia, but she still missed quite a bit. Hawk, I wonder if Hawk may not have had that much practice just in this whole 2v1 lane, or 1v2 lane. So even despite that first blood, Marncatz has largely equaled up the gold, and that's due to the fact that their 1v2 laner, Mega Zero playing as Malphite, is doing a better job than the 1v2 laner for Necessary Evil. So that's really where the biggest difference in the game is coming in right now. Okay, it looked like Jarvan wanted to go in to try to steal that red. I don't believe that he was able to get it, though. I don't think so. Have to double check on that. In terms of the minion kills, Graves is also pretty far ahead. Graves is ahead 34 to 25, and Vayne really shouldn't be missing any minion kills. There's no pressure on her in that top lane, so that's just mechanics at work there. Vayne really should have more minion kills than that. I just think she hasn't done it too well. Anyway, there is a gank being set up in top lane by Necessary Evil. Down goes the bottom tower. Marncatz already has a tower. Let's watch top lane. Let's see if they can get this kill. They really need to get... Nope, not going to get the kill, but they may get the tower. If they can't get this tower, that's a severe setback for Necessary Evil. Because now that they're going to swap... now Marncatz is going to do a lane swap. And presumably they're going to send their own AD and support up to that top lane. That or just take Dragon, now that they've gotten the tower, one of the two. So Necessary Evil really needs to get this tower so they can swap Vayne and Zyra down the bottom lane. It looks like they will get this, and that's a nice pickup for them. They need that just to stay even in the game. And indeed, look at this, Graves and Lulu were indeed heading up to top lane, but they may... I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if both teams decide to keep the AD and support in top, or if they're going to keep the 1v2s going and rotate them down to the other lane. Still, Marncatz has definitely come out ahead from this whole lane swapping business. Malphite is ahead of Aurelia, and Graves is ahead of Vayne. Despite the fact that I said, I mean, theoretically it worked well for Vayne, but mechanically she wasn't able to get that many last hits for whatever reason, and Aurelia just didn't seem to handle the 1v2 all that well. In mid, it's quite even overall. There's a slight lead for Orianna. Wow, Morgana does hit the binding with there. Is she going to use it? Oh, yes, does use it, but a flash coming out from Orianna will get her out of there. Still a win for Morgana. Got the flash down. Flash is on a much longer cooldown than Morgana ult. Nice play there by Bishu. Did use Ignite a little bit needlessly, but still a nice play. Anyway, Graves and Lulu pushing that top tower. It's like they really want to get that top tower. And again, we are going back to the 1v2 again. Now, in counter to this, Necessary Evil has gone for the Dragon. We're not seeing it on the screen, but they are going for that Dragon. Now, poor Aurelia is only level 5. Jeez. Rough going for her. So I think they're going to trade the tower for a Dragon. It looks like that's going to be the most likely outcome. Let's see. Dragon will indeed be taken by Necessary Evil. That's nice, but the tower went down in top, and I think I'd rather have the tower in that situation, in all honesty. Also, Malphite still seems to be pretty far ahead of Aurelia. It's 31 to, what, about 17, 18 minion kills. And yeah, Graves continues to be pretty far ahead of Vayne for no real reason that I can see, but has a substantial lead, 20 minion kills ahead. Not really sure why that is, but is indeed the case. And anyway, the game is still close in terms of gold, but I do feel like Marncatz has more control over the map thanks to getting that tower down. They were willing to give up that Dragon in exchange for taking the tower in top lane. So where are they going to go now? Well, AD and support going to go mid, and indeed the tower's being pinged. They actually have, what? They actually have 4 champions mid, and Malphite does have teleport up. So push now onto the next tower. We're certainly seeing a lot of push here early from Marncatz. It's a style of play that we often see from some of the Korean teams that emphasize taking the towers as fast as possible. And perhaps that's rubbed off a little bit on Marncatz. They're looking good here so far. Maybe they're going to get caught out here, though. Orianna ult is very good. Hits 3 members. Braves ult's coming out. Morgana ult now comes out as well. Morgana ult popping on 2 people. Claky D will fall, but Malphite has teleported into the fight, uses his ultimate, and now Yoda TV is very low. Lulu with the kill. Here comes Aurelia, though, into the backside. Lulu ult knocking up onto one of the members of Marncatz. Didn't quite see. It's on Graves. That makes sense. Of course, we'd use it on the AD. It's a 2-for-1 right now, and our first really big team fight of this particular game. So, once again, looks like Marncatz has managed to come out on top in this 2-for-1. They don't get the tower in mid lane, but they did go 2-for-1. Teleports burned by both of the top laners, Malphite and Aurelia. A lot of summoners burned in that fight. So 2-for-1. The tower holds in mid. And Marncatz is now, instead of it being dead even, Marncatz is about 500 to 600 gold ahead. So they pulled a slight edge out of that fight overall. Let's look at who's the strongest in the game right now. Looks like Graves and Morgana on the two separate teams. Graves is 101. He's got the Vamp Scepter and a Doran's Blade, and the Berserker Greaves. Morgana 2-0. Has the Sorc Shoes and a Doran's Ring to go with her Flask. Both of them look to be in pretty good shape. Graves is still quite a bit ahead of Vayne right there. Vayne gonna have to find some way to catch up. Maybe she'll be able to farm that bottom lane. Once again, though, look at where the pressure's going. Marncatz, again, pushing on mid-tower. They really want to get this tower, and they've just been taking towers very rapidly all throughout the game. I don't know if they'll be able to get this, but they're certainly making a play for it. They want to take advantage of the fact that Vayne's down there in bottom lane farming, and they want to try to get objectives while she is sort of back in farming mode elsewhere on the map. In top lane, Malphite's also pretty far ahead of Aurelia. Aurelia only has 32 minion kills. Now, granted, it was a 1v2 lane for a while, but that does still feel awfully low. And I do feel like Necessary Evil has just mechanically missed some of the minion kills. You know, not due to pressure, but just mechanically missed them. Claky D with the red buff steal right there. Going and stealing the red. Now he's trying to steal the golem, so apparently does not fear the jungle Lee Sin, Yoda TV on Team Necessary Evil. And it looks like we actually have a 3-man gank coming in top lane against Aurelia. She does not have her ult up, so Jarvan can dunk her right here. Lulu's coming in as well. They might not even need it with all the slow they've got. No, Claky D steals the red buff, then uses the red buff to go ahead and pick up the kill with the slow on the auto attacks. Orianna should be able to hold this, take some damage in mid lane, but not enough. Not enough to get that tower. And that's going to pull Malphite further ahead as he picks up his first kill over Aurelia in this particular matchup. So, yeah, Necessary Evil started out really strong in this match. They got the first blood, but unfortunately for them, it's pretty much been all downhill from there. And Marncatz is now out to about a 1.5k advantage. And they seem to have, I mean, they started out down about 500 gold from the first blood, but they've just been, first of all, they were catching up, and now they've taken the lead, and they just feel like they're in control in this match. Really, the only place that it's even is in mid lane, where Bishu is having a strong game as Morgana. He's ahead of Orianna. But elsewhere, it seems as though Marncatz is ahead everybody else in the game. For example, Vayne is nearly caught up in minion kills, but now Graves has gone back and bought a BF sword, which makes him considerably stronger if they were to fight one-on-one. It would be difficult for Vayne to win that unless she got a very good condemn into the wall or something like that. Meanwhile, top lane has just been a disaster for Necessary Evil. Hawk has seemed to have a really rough go of things in this game. He didn't handle the 1v2 lane very well, and now Malphite's just too far in front. He's starting to stack that health. I'm not sure if he's going for a Sunfire or a Warmogs, but he's going for something tanky. Maybe a Randuin's too? Something like that. And mid tower is going to fall as well. So this will be 3 towers to 1 in favor of Marncatz. And, almost a 2,000 gold lead, a little bit shy of that. They're just looking very, very strong right now. Dragon will be up again pretty soon. Now, Necessary Evil may be able to take this dragon. They're the ones who have the timer for it. Marncatz actually should not have an exact timer for this dragon, because it was taken by Necessary Evil the first time. We'll see. But I have the feeling that Necessary Evil does have a timer. They might be able to use that to their advantage. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. It would certainly help them out a lot if they could take the next dragon. If they don't take it, well, they'll fall another 1,000 gold behind. It looks like it's about to pop because that's where they're heading. However, they have walked past wards of Marncatz. So yeah, there's the dragon right back up again. Played this game a lot. You just get that feeling when the buffs are about to come back up again. So yes, dragon is back up. Everybody's starting to congregate around there. Teleports are off cooldown for the top laners, so they don't necessarily have to run down there. They could stay off in top lane and teleport in as necessary. A lot of wards for both teams. Oh, Morgana just missing the binding. Right there. There's the Zyra plants for vision. They're going to get cleared out. It's going to come down to the initiation here. Marncatz goes right ahead and starts this. They obviously are not afraid. All the binding hits on Orianna. We'll see if this is the signal to go in for a larger engagement. Aurelia is going to lead the charge, but she takes a lot of harass. It's a good Orianna ult. The Zyra ult doesn't really hit that much. Malphite still has an ult to get. There it is. Malphite jumping in onto the AD, I believe, but he kind of went away from the team, and now Morgana is picking up kill after kill. Yes, went in after Vayne, but didn't get her, and meanwhile the rest of Marncatz kind of getting torn up back behind. Lulu flashes for the kill. Atomic End out for blood. We'll pick that up, but Lulu not going to make it out afterwards, so that's actually a 3-for-1 in favor of Necessary Evil. And that's the fight that they needed. The 3-for-1 and Dragon. It's going to pull them right back into this match. The Malphite ult was intended to get Vayne, but put him very far away from the rest of his team. And let's see what's going on here now. Oh, here comes the teleport in. Graves now coming into the fight, but Irelia's here too with the teleport. This is getting turned around. Graves will pick up 1 kill. The Zyra passive's not going to hit anything. Now Lee Sin charging onto Malphite. Will the binding hit? No, it does not. And then Malphite's going to flash out. So a nice job by Graves to come in, pick up a kill, and force Necessary Evil off of Dragon. They did not pick that up, and now it's very uncertain as to whether they're going to get this at all at this point. Necessary Evil really needs to pick up this Dragon. It will hurt them a lot if Marncatz is able to take this. Now Claky D coming in. Did he get the steal? I think he did, actually. I don't see the blue buff under anyone on the other team. And yes, he did. He did get the blue buff steal. I just saw it under his feet as he was walking away. So it looks like neither team's going to take Dragon, but the blue buff steal goes to Marncatz. And they're sitting right around the 2,000 gold lead. So we're pretty much back where we started before that whole Dragon fight. That's a bit of a shame for Necessary Evil. It looked like they were really going to pull that one back to dead even, but they weren't able to take the Dragon at the end. And Graves did a nice job of coming in late along with Malphite in order to pull back the 1 kill at the end of that fight and turn it into a 3-for-2. We'll see. Right now, Marncatz heading back to Dragon, and sadly for Necessary Evil, looks like they're going to get this uncontested. There's really no one in place to stop this. So second Dragon will go to Marncatz. And again, that's really what Necessary Evil needed to avoid. They couldn't afford to fall further behind. Now they'll need to make another big play in order to even this one up. So a bit of a missed opportunity there, but just weren't able to do anything. Graves is much, much stronger than Vayne right now. Has the full Bloodthirster, whereas Vayne doesn't miss anything crucial there. I've had that happen in a team fight earlier today. Alrighty, so let's reset the situation here. Yep, still recording, good. Reset the situation once again. Marncatz has a lead of a little over 2,000 gold. They're in pretty good position in this game. They've gotten a lot of towers down, and Necessary Evil is just trying to hang in there. Their goal is probably to try to hang in there until late game, where they can try to have Vayne take over with protection from Morgana, Zyra, and Lee Sin. If they can do that, they'll still have a shot. You feel like you always have a shot when you have a Vayne on your team, if you can just stretch it into late game. But the problem for them is just they're behind in farm in every lane. Malphite's ahead by about 20 minion kills. Flaky D, the jungle Jarvan, is significantly ahead of Yoda TV, the jungle Lee Sin. In mid, Orianna's ahead by 25 minion kills, and in bot lane, Graves is ahead by 15 minion kills and 2 champion kills. They've also got 3 towers to 1, and they managed to take that last Dragon. Now it is 1-to-1 in Dragons. Necessary Evil took the first Dragon, but things have certainly been tilting more towards Marncatz as this game has been going on. At the present, they're pushing mid lane. Look like they are not afraid to continue to push forward. They've really been pushing the whole game. They've been trying to take towers as quickly as possible. It seems like they've been placing a heavy emphasis on that. And looking at the map right now, look at the word coverage. Both teams have a solid amount of wards, but Marncatz really has a ton of wards all through the jungle of Necessary Evil. Anyway, Aurelia just used her ult for wave clear. That will force back Marncatz on this particular push. However, they will likely be able to follow this up and get some more damage on the tower on the next wave. They seem content just to siege this up over and over. Right there, Claky D is going to get binded, but it will not turn into a general engagement. Malphite's now heading off the bottom lane. He does have his teleport, though, so he can be in that middle lane very quickly. And we'll see just how aggressive Marncatz want to be. It looks like they're going to back off a little bit. Wow, if that Morgana binding had hit, could have been very bad news for Marncatz. But no, just barely missed, did not hit Graves. Does not turn into a bigger fight. Aurelia just popped her P10 style for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe she thought there was going to be a fight. We do still have Malphite split pushing in bottom lane. Again, he has his teleport up. Aurelia does not have her teleport up, so she kind of needs to stay with the rest of Necessary Evil. She's going back to base right now. And is this push going to continue? Is Necessary Evil just going to give up this tower? They might well do so. And it looks like they might. No, that binding did not quite hit. Once again, hits a minion, and down the tower goes. Meanwhile, Malphite continues pushing bots, and all these towers are really starting to add up now. 4-1 in favor of Marncatz. They just have so much more map control. They're just running through the jungle of Necessary Evil seemingly at will. Oh, Malphite hidden in the brush. I don't know if Necessary Evil knew he was there or not. They're just waiting to use that ult and to go in, and Necessary Evil seems very worried about him, and well, they should be. Don't want to all get Malphite ulted. There is the flash in from Morgana. In comes the Malphite ult. In comes the dunk from Jarvan, and wow, that is a lot of damage. Zyra going down. Irelia falls as well. Vayne goes down. Oh, what a beautiful combination that was. That flash ult by Morgana got horribly turned around, and she is the only one who makes it out of there. Bishu did not manage to kill anyone in that fight. And just Malphite ult into Jarvan ult. They all got knocked up. I think it was three members of the team got knocked up in the air and then immediately dunked by Jarvan with his ultimate, the Cataclysm. 4 for 0. That's going to be a tower. And will it be inhib? It should be. I think they can make it out. Nobody dying. Clicky D got very low, but he did not die. A nice juke there from Atomic N. And that inhib should be going down. It's got to be very low. I wish we could see the health. There it is. It falls down. So a beautiful fight done by Marncatz. It's just they've been pushing and pushing and pushing, and on that time they really broke through. They got the tower mid, they took a tower bot, then they got the Nexus tower. Here they go claiming the blue buff on their way out, not wanting to leave it behind for Morgana. Echo should be able to take this without any serious problems. There it goes, taking that blue. They stole the last one with the jungler. Now they're just going to take it as a present as they walk on out. So at this point, Necessary Evil is in a lot of trouble. They are going to need to pull off something pretty big if they want to get back in this one. They're probably going to need to sneak a Baron or steal a Baron or something along those lines. Clicky D with the jukes, dodging the Lee Sin Resonating Strike, dodging the Morgana Dark Binding. And wow, he's actually going to be able to hold off that push on the mid tower, even though it was a 3 against 1. Very, very nicely done right there. That's bought enough time for everyone else to go back to the base and purchase. Graves has finished Static Shiv to go with his Bloodthirster. Orianna has a Rod and a, well, Rod of Ages and a needlessly large Rod. Malphite, Randuin's, Glacial Shroud, so much aid, so much armor stacking against his team. Morgana is really going to be the only one who can do anything to Malphite at this point. Jarvan, the Wriggles, the Brutalizer, and the Giant's Belt as well. That is a team that's starting to get very, very tanky indeed. Even Orianna has the Rod of Ages to give her extra health, so it's going to be difficult for Necessary Evil just to burst through the damage on Marncatz. What makes things even worse for Necessary Evil is it's the bottom inhib that went down, and that's the worst one to have go down, because in order to clear that bottom lane, you have to put yourself very far away from Baron, and it sure looks like Marncatz are getting ready to do that. Here comes Malphite. It only catches Zyra, but it is going to catch her out. Was hoping to hit Vayne and Morgana, did not get them. Here comes the Zyra ult just for zoning. Oh my god, Morgana blown up before her ult can finish triggering. Orianna dealing the deep sec there. Mega Zero, will he be able to escape from this? Probably not. No, he will fall, but the rest of Necessary Evil has just been melted prior to this battle going through. Lulu ult onto Graves. There comes the dunk. Oh, Vayne's going to use her Condemn to knock back Clicky D, but he's going to flash after this, and Orianna is dealing so much damage. That could be the game right here. That's a 4 for 1. Even though the initial Malphite engage wasn't the best, Morgana tried to go in and use her ult. She didn't even get her Zanyas off. She just died before the ult could even finish ticking. And there wasn't much that Necessary Evil could do after that. Morgana's the strongest member of their team, and Morg died in 5 seconds. Ooh, the poke from Orianna. That ball taking about a third of Morgana's health right there with a with the QW combination. I'm afraid I don't know the names of those skills. Command something. Command something. Taking that out. So now out to a 10,000 gold lead. 2 inhibitors down. At this point, I would expect Marncatz to go back by, heal up, and then start sieging up Baron and put Necessary Evil in an impossible situation. They're going to have to either give up Baron or give up their base, one or the two. And there's not really much you can do in this situation. They just have no map control. It's 7-1 in towers. that dragon is sitting there, not even really an important objective for either side at this point. Maybe someone will claim it, but again, Baron will be the focus here at this point. And Marncatz can just stall at Baron. There's really no reason for them to force a fight there. Although, we'll see if they want to. Malphite and Zyra getting involved in another poking war once again. Will is going to get binded. Will Malphite engage? No. Again, Aurelia is back at the base, so this is a good time for Marncatz to force a fight. Someone must defend in that bottom lane. Yeah, so they're just going to force the Baron. And again, they don't have to do this. They can back off if they need to. But it is a 5v4 over here. It is going to take some kind of miracle steal by Lee Sin to pull this off. The wards will keep getting killed over and over again as Necessary Evil tries to put them down. Yeah, the ward's just going over the wall over and over again. They're going to have to try a steal, and they're going to have to hope that it works. That the Zyra ult comes out a little early. Here comes everybody over the wall. Morgana just dies so fast. Quakey D does not miss the smite. There's the dunk over the wall. An interesting way to reposition yourself. Just dunk somebody over the wall. Now Jarvan's on to Lee Sin. Lee Sin's desperately trying to get out of there. But the minions are ripping apart the base as we speak, even if... and there's the... Wow, dance off in top lane. Please go somewhere else, camera. Complete dance off. I mean, even if Necessary Evil won that fight, their base still would have been destroyed. Down goes the other Nexus turret. And there's just nothing they can do. This game has been snowballed too far. Their base is completely destroyed. The dance off continues up in top lane. And this one is over. Pretty convincing victory by Marncatz. They gave up the first blood, but after that, they were dominant, and they never really looked back. They were just pushing throughout the game, taking tower after tower after tower. Real push strat there. They got the 2 outer towers, then they went mid, then they got the second tower mid, and then one really disastrous fight for Necessary Evil under their own tower and bottom. Just sealed their doom in this game. Once they lost the bottom tower and bottom inhib, there wasn't much they could do, but never able to touch Graves in that game, and they were just, well, outplayed, to be perfectly honest. An impressive win for Marncatz, and that will be the first game in this best of 3 series.